Shameless.
United.
Manchester United won, Real Sociedad 0. We did not get the 2-goal win that we needed to do, but we needed to get. Very frustrating. Erik ten Hag alluded to the positives, the fact that, okay, we've come here, we've kept a clean sheet, we've come here, we've won the game, but in the context of the group, obviously we have not finished top of the group. And you know what? Lack of being clinical has cost us across the group. When you think back to Ammonia, those 2 games against Ammonia, the one that was away was a real big problem in terms of conceding those 2 stupid goals, even though we scored 3. And the one at home when, you know, Scott McTominay scores in the last minute, gets us the win, made about 50 shots. That game should have been about 5-6-0. And if we would have dispatched of those teams to the level that we should have done, then it would have been a different story. I think that's the most important thing to take from this, that the reason why we haven't topped the group is kind of our own doing. You know, it's not like we didn't create enough chances to score enough goals to not have to come here and win by that margin, you know. Look, the game that Sociedad had at home, again, was another one where it was early in our development. I understand that. And we just wasn't good enough on the night in terms of creating chances, but we definitely didn't deserve to lose. And if we would have drawn, that would have been a different story. But look, it's all if, buts and maybes. I'm not actually gutted. I'm not gutted. I got the understanding that in our development, these not even these results, but these things will be an issue. If we're talking about the game, I want to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. He plays a great ball in for Garnacho over there on the left-hand side. And other than that, I just felt like, again, he kind of just making it about himself. And you know what? I think back to when I was in the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium in Atletico Madrid last year in the Champions League. And it's almost like Ronaldo has this thing, kind of does it in the Premier League as well, but he has this thing that when he's back in Spain, it was almost like he wants to make it about himself. I just felt he'd done things that made the emotion of the game more difficult for us. Do you know what I mean? And I'll get to tactically and things that we did wrong as a team. So I'm not just blaming it all on Cristiano Ronaldo. But, you know, little things like petulant fouls, going down too easy, moaning at the ref. It just got these 36,000 fans just in uproar. And just, I don't know, the occasion, it just changed the emotion of the game. If I'm talking about what he was offering as well, he struggled to get himself into the game. I thought we gave away too many balls in terms of like dominance in the midfield. I think Christian Eriksen got caught a couple of times. He wasn't at his sparkling best. And we just struggled to create the amount of chances that we needed to win a game like this or about 2-0. And that's why I was sceptical about us coming in. Obviously, I predicted the 2-0 win because that's the minimum result that we could have got for us to go through as group winners. And I think this game perfectly sums up where we've been at in this development. You know, I think we're not clinical like that. We're not scoring a lot of goals. And ultimately, you get what you deserve. The fact that we have to play a Champions League team coming down, I'm not really fussed. At the end of the day, it's 2 extra games that we could have done without. That's a bit annoying. But it is what it is. I mean, the positives from this is that the team is resolute. The team is keeping clean sheets. And Erik ten Hag spoke about that. And the team is progressing. I think it's just so clear that we need the striker situation sorted out. I hope Martial's going to be back soon. Erik ten Hag was a bit touch and go on that before he left. He said that to us. And yeah, it just feels a little bit flat. But like I said, you just have to look at it for what it is. You have to look at it for where we are as a team. Garnacho is a plus, is a positive. You know, he seems to have got his attitude right. And when he was clean through, you just felt like he was going to score. The only disappointment was that we struggled to get him more involved. We struggled to get him into more situations like that. Can you argue that maybe Eric changed it too early and went defensive too early? You could argue that, but I think he's trying to force the game. He's trying to impact change. He's trying to make an impact on the game with substitutions. You know, you may as well go for it. If it gets to 1-1, it gets to 1-1. We know we need another goal to top the group. Why not go for it? It's do or die, isn't it? So I don't blame him for that. I know a lot of people were saying, what formation were we even playing? It looked like it was like a 3-4-3 with a diamond. It looked like McTominay and Casemiro at the base of it, McTominay on the right, I think Eriksen on the left. Marcus Rashford came on just off Ronaldo in a 10, and then the front three was Garnacho, Ronaldo and Bruno for a bit, and then obviously the back three was the 3 centre backs at that time was Luke Shaw, Martinez and Diogo Dalot tucked in. And look, I just think we didn't get to grips with that. It didn't work. Look, if we would have got a goal in the last minute and we scored, then you say it works. They're fine margins. I don't blame Ten Hag for trying to do something to change the game. Then obviously he throws Harry Maguire on up front and once you do that, it's not about game plan. It's about lump it forward and try and get something. I understand that. I'm not mad at that. Some people are saying he went too defensive too quickly, got too negative too quickly, and could we have kept the shape going? But I get it. You take off a defender, you put on an attacker. You're in desperate need for a goal, you know, and the options are fairly limited on the bench. But, you know, you could say that you keep trusting in the system. You play the 4-2-3-1. You keep at it. You keep getting the ball wide. You keep getting players into positions. Or you maybe go 4-4-2 if you really want to do it. There were different ways Erik ten Hag chose to do it. But I'm not going to get onto him for trying to impact the game and trying to change it. I thought when Rashford come on, he got into some good positions. Wasteful, couldn't make the right decision on the ball. And look, David De Gea keeps that game at 1-0. That double save he makes over there was absolutely huge, you know, and not to take it back to the David De Gea thing and stuff like that, but again, proving why he's so important for us. So look, I'm disappointed because across the group, there was enough there for us to finish that table comfortably, finish the group comfortably top. But when you don't take your chances, it is a running theme for us. But, you know, if it's just about building confidence. Whoever we get, hope you want to say, you know, do you want to avoid, you know, getting Barcelona or Ajax? And you're going to have to play these guys at some point. You're going to have to play one of the big teams. So it might be a Spartak Moscow, or it might be a Sporting Lisbon, or one of the smaller teams in that. But I don't really care. I'll be honest, whoever we get, we get. It's our own fault for not taking our chances. But on the positives, what I will say, I like the fact that we kept a clean sheet. Yes, we conceded more chances toward the end because that wasn't our normal game plan. So I understand that. And what else is there, to be honest? And we came here and won. You know, it is another away game that we have won on the night. And we've got players coming back, which Erik ten Hag alluded to. It's all on to Villa now. Bruno can't play. That's it, Donny. That's what I wanted to talk about. You know, he hasn't played a lot of football recently. He's come back off injury, and Erik ten Hag spoke about why he took him off and stuff like that. Did he impact the game massively? Not really. I thought he did okay. I'm not digging him out personally. I'm just talking about his performance. I think he did okay. Probably needs to do more. But I think in preparation for that Aston Villa game where there isn't going to be any Bruno, if you want to start using Donny, you got to give him some minutes. So I think it was the right decision in the end to go with that. Hopefully Anthony will be back. Erik ten Hag said he doesn't know. Hopefully Martial will be back. Erik ten Hag said he doesn't know about those two. Because I think the Ronaldo situation up front, I don't know, I just feel like we're just not as fluent with him up there. It just feels like he can't. It feels like he's so desperate to score that he's snatching at everything and he just doesn't look comfortable right now. So, look, all in all, we finished second in the group, but we know why. And we kick on to Aston Villa. If we go and win against Aston Villa, which is so important because the other big teams are playing against each other. You've got Arsenal against Chelsea, and I think you've got Liverpool against Spurs. So there's points being dropped there. It's so imperative that we go to Aston Villa. And I think it'll be Emery's first home game as well. So it's not going to be easy. We need to dust this off. It's done now. It is what it is. I think in February now we have 2 extra games because of it. And we just do our thing. We just keep progressing. So the boys have won. Clean sheet. Wasn't what we wanted, but it is what it is. Anyway, I'm out of here. Drop your views in the boxes below and smash a like on the video. Peace.